Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the third intermission. Avery here in the host chair. Another two-man show coming at you. It's Troy in the cut with me tonight. Troy, what's going on, sir?
Not too much. It's all good in the hood over here. Just chilling out on a Monday night. Kids have a unusual burst of energy instead of wanting to go to bed. But that's my kid.
There you go. And of course, last week's show, we got to thank Julian Latimer for hopping on with us, talking plenty of PWHL, talking curling, revisiting Troy's curling accident from when he was a child. And hey, hope.
late,
Go ahead, Troy.
I wouldn't say as a child, but late teens, and it still affects me today as a whole grown adult.
Hey, hopefully, like Jolene said, hopefully that doesn't deter you from a third intermission curling adventure in the new year.
I would definitely try it again. It's just ever since that unfortunate accident in grade 12 leisure class, I just I never had an interest for it ever again. It was basically one of those damn you kind of things. And even on TV, I might watch a few seconds here and there, but no real passing interest. But if you were to ask me to pick between watching golf or curling, I am picking curling all day, every day. Because
Yo,
at least there's more excitement in curling than there is in golf. Like, how do so many people buy tickets to stand around for a guy or a woman you can't see hit a golf ball, and then you stand there and cheer for hours on end? How is that fun?
hey man, golf has an audience. Golf has an audience. It's been there for a generation. I'll give them that. They found a way to get people hooked on it.
They did, and I can't imagine myself ever being a golfer. I mean, like I can't imagine getting up willingly at like 4 in the morning to make like a 6 o'clock tea time. No, man, my bed is still nice and warm. I will take those 2 hour extra 2 hours of sleep. What do you mean, guy? Like I'm not golfing. I don't even like getting up early for work. When I'm gonna get up early to go golf? Are you nuts?
Yo, this is now turned into the Troy rant against golf program. Hope you enjoy that. But speaking of golf, and speaking of one team that doesn't want to be golfing come this spring, the Toronto Maple Leafs. They got their first regulation win since November 5th with a 7-2 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. A win that saw much in contributions from guys like Nick Robertson, Max Domi, and this is a Leafs team that, yes, you did beat Pittsburgh 7-2, but you're still stuck in the mud in the Atlantic Division. You're 11-3. You only head of Buffalo right now. And Shorts, what are your thoughts on this team that, yes, got to win against Pittsburgh, but there is still so much work to do to get back into things in the Atlantic right now?
Oh, there's so much work to do. Oh my goodness. I mean, beating Pittsburgh 7-2, I guess that's nice on all fronts. A win is a win. I guess it doesn't really matter how you get them as long as you get them. However, like you said, there's still a very long road ahead to get back into playoff contention. I mean, being ahead of the Buffalo Sabres is not really a consolation prize by by any means. When you spend as much money as you do, when you carry as much as the league news as you do, um, and when you have the star power that you do, it's very odd to see them in the position in the standings that they're in. This hasn't been their best November. Thankfully, the calendar has flipped to December. And as we say all the time, you need to start finding ways to get these points because after Christmas, everything is pretty much set. So it's just a matter of now after like or even before you go on the Olympic break, are you buyers or are you sellers? What do you do?
Yeah.
Thankfully, they still have a few weeks to figure that out, and hopefully they do. But time will tell.
Yeah, we will definitely see. And right now, for this Leafs team, they got Florida coming up. And a big thing for this Toronto Maple Leafs team, big to see guys like Domi, like Robertson coming in, getting big goals and getting production. Because this team right now, in their past 10 games, They're 3-5-2. They're not consistent, and they need every forward in that unit to be pulling their weight right now in the Eastern Conference, Troy.
Absolutely. And we've mentioned this before where, after Marner's departure, it's more or less like a ragtag of who fits in what kind of spots to kind of fill the holes until they're able to make a better move kind of situation. Um, I think a couple episodes I mentioned that it doesn't seem like there's a lot of cohesion amongst the guys because, again, like, and or even like a lot of morale because, once certain level of players go, and then like you see who the replacements are, like a lot of confidence is lost in the room. Hopefully, that's not the case, and things have turned itself around, or it appears to have turned itself around within the dressing room, and hopefully that continues to translate on the ice, where you can get contributions up and down the lineup as opposed to relying on your top six all the time.
Mhm. It-
With Max Domi, it's nice to see that like he's contributing. Because I mean, more often than not, you forget he's on the roster because he's such an invisible player at times. Nick Robertson, um, I'm very impressed by this guy. I mean, like even though he had requested a trade, like he's one of those guys who makes the most of every opportunity he gets when he's put in the lineup. Like he's one of those guys who I don't have anything bad to say about him this year. I mean, like he goes out there, he does what he can. He knows he's not the biggest, but he plays like he's bigger.
mhm.
I mean, that's an amazing quality. Like I see him a lot in the defensive end. So I mean, like it shows that he's taking defensive responsibility, which is, a complete NHL player plays a 200-foot game, and he's learning and so far excelling at playing a 200-foot game. Um, as for the other guys, like yeah, I need more from Yarncroc for sure. Um, Steven Lorenz, it'd be nice. Lawton when he's healthy, and it'd be nice to see him contribute as well. But hopefully we don't continue to run into this injury bug um, because having everybody healthy for December leading into Christmas, New Year's, Olympic break, things like that. Like guys need to be healthy, and if
Yeah,
we're planning on making an extended run and we're going to be buyers, we need healthy bodies to
yeah.
do that.
That's been a big thing where this Leafs team, like you get somebody back, you lose somebody. We've rarely seen this Leafs team be able to have a fully healthy roster, or there's been some guys who've just been away in some shape or form. But I do mention, do give a shout out to good over Ekman Larson having a 9 game point streak. He's someone who has been stepping up in a major way, and that's a guy you need someone like OEL to find his groove. So having a 9 game point streak, that's big for this team right now, also too, Troy.
Oh, for sure. Getting contributions from your D man is always a bonus. Um, being for as a guy myself who routinely finds himself playing defense in in my men's league, like just being able to contribute anything offensively, like it means a lot to the guys up front because it takes pressure off of them. So and even as like a little personal accomplishment too, where it feels like like you're doing all the things right, and now you're getting the points like as a reward for all the work that you've been doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, and also too in that same game, I look in net, and that was a game where Des Hildebay. We talked about, of course, this team's goaltending between, of course, Wall stepping away while coming back now, and of course Anthony Stolarz his injury problems. But seeing Des Hildebay come in, make 33 saves in that win against Pittsburgh, that's a good sign that Hildebay can come in and right the ship when you're lacking a Wall or lacking a Stolarz going forward.
I think with Dennis Hildeby, I think he's finally starting to get used to playing at the NHL level. I know it's spot starts here and there, but I think he's kind of found his groove with like NHL shooters and tendencies of guys around the league. Um, Plus, it helps too that like like he is surrounded by excellent goaltenders with Wall and Stolar. So it's not like he's got two pylons to lean on. Is like, ugh, I got to figure this out by myself. No, that's not fair. No, but like he's in a good system. He's in a good spot. Yes, it is always nice to see one of your goalies come in, play well, and get the W. As for Wall, yeah, some of his starts have kind of looked a little shaky, and then there are games where these could be double-digit scores, like within the first 15 minutes, and he's just back there just standing on his head, his pinky toe, pinky finger, all kinds of things, making saves with the knob of his stick, all kinds of crazy goalie stuff, right? But I feel like he hasn't fully hit his stride yet because he's missed so many games already. I think once he gets into that groove again, I think we're gonna see like uh, the Wall we've seen previous, where like he becomes like a solid number one guy and hard to beat. I
Mhm.
just think you need to give him a little more time. Um, and as long as he's communicating with his defensemen and the forwards in front of him, telling him what he sees, I think he'll do just fine. But again, it's a team thing. So it's just a matter of how everybody responds to everybody and just get the win any way you can.
Exactly. And jumping from the leagues quickly here to what's going on in Italy with the Olympic Games. So, for those of you who may not know, or if you haven't been paying attention, in Italy right now, we are all focusing on the Olympic venue for hockey, not completed yet. The Olympic Games start in February. We're in December. Games are supposed to start in February, early February for men's hockey, and of course, women's hockey and then the Paralympic hockey tournament. And this arena is not done yet in Milan. There's a lot of work to still be done for what it sounds like in terms of getting this arena operational, and they've yet to host a test event, which is always done to test the ice, test the building, test facilities. That is not a good thing. And again, it goes to more than just testing the ice. You got to test out the bathrooms, concessions, etc., etc., etc. before that. And there's no precise date yet. It's coming out for the arena to be turned over yet to local organizers. We are in December again, Troy, and we are not ready with this arena. And the NHL and the IHF has said that there is no plan B. It was rumored that they might have to push things to play the hockey tournament in Switzerland. But man, we are less than what, 2.5 full months out from game one. And this building is not done yet, Troy. What?
Lawyers at insurance companies, I'm sure, are watching this very carefully as other players. Because like once you step foot onto that ice and you bruck up yourself, insurance companies are going to be like, we don't cover that. Too bad. And then the lawyers are going to be looking at this like, well, he didn't read all of the fine print and find some kind of crazy loophole. And then it becomes this whole big legal mess. And that's the last thing you want for something as gigantic as the Olympics.
Oh,
Um, Having nothing finished 2 months before the show starts is very sounds like something Trump would do. To be honest, say he's gonna build something, half-ass it, and then not finish it, and then blame somebody else for it not being done.
it is.
uh, as
Oh,
for the bathroom situation, ooh, ooh, that's gonna be messy and so dirty at the same time.
like,
Oh, a whole lot of unsanitary things are going to be seen and are going to happen, and it's not it's not going to be pretty. But I don't understand. How do you have so much time
uh,
and still not be finished? I mean,
you
is this the same people making this building? Is the same people doing the Eglinton West line?
if it is, it'll be done in 13 more years, maybe. Like I,
If they gotta if they gotta move it, I don't know what they're gonna do. Um, what a time for the NHL to jump back into the Olympics, into an arena that's not even done yet.
I was
Oh,
saying this with Julie McKenzie on alleged stats. I was saying, how funny it would be if, well, I mean, it would be funny for them, but I think more for us for content. How funny would it be if, say, NHL and PW say, you know what, we're not going to Italy. We're gonna play these games in Toronto or Calgary. I'd be so mad as a player. I'd be so pissed off.
oh, for sure. Like especially if you have like hotels and stuff already booked, and then the venue gets switched back to North America. Everybody's going to be pissed.
Yeah, because like, yeah,
Like vacations, money, like just like the star power of just you being there alone,
yeah.
lost revenue. So yeah, unless they figure out something quick, they better talk to people who build McDonald's because those things go up super fast.
That is true. McDonald's will be announced in the area in a month, and it's operational 2 weeks later.
So yeah, they ain't got no mob ties or nothing. No no
It,
fat Tonys or nothing. That
but
they can get this done quicker.
it's
Be
we're
like,
gonna.
yo, we'll give you your own custom gold medal if you do this for us, Tony. It's an offer you can't refuse. You don't have to do nothing but build it.
It's I before we wrap up with our last topic, it's just the fact that there's been no testing yet. Like you said, of concessions, of bathrooms. You mean to really tell us that the first day of operation could be the first game? Like, if something goes wrong, y'all are in trouble.
Like a wayward spark from like a deep fryer, from a deep fryer could screw everything. Not just the hockey. You don't have like a working pipes to put the thing out. Your fire extinguisher is expired, so that's not going to work. The fire exits are just painted on wall murals instead of actual doors.
What is Wiley?
Very Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote esque.
I was gonna say, there's a train coming through. Oh, see, this is see what y'all did. Y'all got us making the like, making Tom and Jerry looking jokes in the show now. My goodness, holy
For
smokes!
the younger listeners who don't understand the reference, Google it.
Yo,
Or if you're even older, ask Jeeves. Maybe he has the answer too.
whatever you do, don't ask Grok about Tom and Jerry or Wile E. Coyote. They're gonna tell you that Grok is like a. Grok is gonna tell you that like Wile E. Coyote was like a kangaroo or something.
Don't ask Croc nothing.
Oh my gosh, we wrap things up here. First week of the PW is all wrapped up in Boston, New York, on top of the standings. Boston took them the Scepters with a 3-1 win, spoiling their home opener in New York. Trying to show people in the PW this year in year three they're not a doormat anymore.
Yeah.
Quick show tonight. We're all done. For your boy here, Avery, Troy, like always, mind your business, drink your water. And once again, thank you for allowing us to grace space in between your head top. Deuces.